Well, folks, 2025 has definitely been a year for the books, and it's been a year of crazy twists and turns. And there's definitely been some plot twists along the way that has left us all scratching our head. And one of the biggest ones is watching Marjorie Taylor Greene break from Republicans and go off as a lone wolf on her own. It's been pretty crazy to sit back and watch. But what's even crazier than seeing Marjorie Taylor Greene turn on Trump and distance herself from all of that is seeing Jasmine Crockett agree with her. You got to think back to the bleach blonde, built butch body moment, and if you could have went back in time to that moment when I was singing the song and we were all having a good laugh at Marge's expense, none of us would have ever dreamed that Trump would have got so bad that it would have brought those two together on separate podcasts to basically say the same thing. And so that's what we're going to be talking about here today. I'm going to play this clip of Marge, who is not happy with her party, and she's calling them out. Take a look.
And I'm so angry at my own party. And I'm angry at all the men in leadership in the House and the Senate. And I'm like, you guys are weak and pathetic. And so that is my viewpoint, because I'm a business owner, and I think of these are our customers, and we have a responsibility to serve our customers, and we have a responsibility to take care of our employees. And then also I'm a mom, and I think you always take care of your children. No matter what, you go above and beyond to take care of your kids and make sure they're safe, make sure they're, everything about it is good for them and their future. And I'll just tell you, I'm beyond pissed off at my own party and the leadership in the House and the Senate that they are totally blowing it.
Yeah.
Now, anytime I talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene, I want to drive this point home. I'm in no way giving her a pass. I still wouldn't vote for her. I still wouldn't encourage anyone to vote for her. I do believe that us and Marjorie Taylor Greene will always be on opposing sides. But I will give her credit for being a savvy politician and for looking ahead, and at least she's listening to the base. Donald Trump isn't listening to the base anymore because he doesn't need them anymore. Marjorie Taylor Greene does need the base, and she's hearing them, and that's why she's calling this out, because she's smart enough to see past Trump and realize there's going to be life after Trump. Now, we're always going to be here holding our feet to the fire, but to the people who are new to politics or to the people who don't really understand how it all works, she will get those people to roll right with her. And there will be people that will hear her talk and go, yeah, Marge is making sense. And then they'll hear someone like me criticizing her, and they'll say, well, how could you criticize her, Brando? Because you all agree. They don't understand the past. They don't understand why that we've came to the conclusions that we have of Marjorie Taylor Greene. But love her or hate her, she's a savvy politician who sees to the head of the future and realizes that she has to have her base. Donald Trump doesn't need him anymore, and I think that pretty much says it all. But here we go now with the following clip where Jasmine Crockett is pretty much saying the same thing and even says, never thought we would be on the same side. Take a look.
All I know is no, sir, you will not get a third term. That's not going to happen. I mean, the Supreme Court going to have to find a big boy and big girl panties and do what's right. The Constitution is very clear, sir. And frankly, you never should have had one term. If I'm going to be perfectly honest, you were never qualified to be president of the United States, not once, but definitely not twice. And your incompetencies are showing. Your own people, yes, my home girl, Marjorie Taylor Greene, is also very disappointed in you. Listen, you are a loser. And unfortunately, we all are being dragged down with you in your loser ways.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I never dreamed that I would be playing a clip of Marjorie Taylor Greene followed by a clip of Jasmine Crockett, and they would pretty much be saying the same thing. But that just goes to show you just how far that Donald Trump has now threw his base under the bus. I want to make this clear. I do believe this was Donald Trump's plan all along, and he used and manipulated the base to get to this point. He never had no intention of putting America first. Donald Trump only intended to put Trump first. He never had any intention of going to bat for working people. He only had the intention of going to bat for his billionaire buddies and the oligarchs and the elitists, because he says, in Caroline Leavitt, they say that the top priority right now is the ballroom. And I don't know of anybody in my part of the world. I could look around these parts, I could drive every back holler around here, and I can't find anybody who thinks a ballroom is the main priority. And he was bragging about his new marble bathroom that he's getting, and I don't know anyone around here that's getting one. So when I see Donald Trump, what I see is a grifter and a con man. Unfortunately, there are people in my part of the world who sees Donald Trump and says, well, at least he cares about us. And that's what's been so hard combating this entire time, is because when I see Donald Trump cosplay as a fry cook, I call it that. And I say, hey, that's a grifter. That's a billionaire that's never worked an honest day in his life, and he's cosplaying as a fry cook. That's a dude who is cosplaying as a garbage man. But to the MAGAs, they look at that and they go, well, at least he cared enough about us to dress up like us and stay there and talk to us. And that's why that the Democratic Party has to get out there and get in the trenches and talk to people. We do it every day. We sit here and we bring these subjects to light every day. And the politicians on the Democratic side of the aisle are going to have to do it as well. If you take a look at Mom Donnie and what he's doing that. He's going out there, he's talking to the people, he's connecting, and he's saying to them, I'm listening to you. And people are sitting here going, I can't believe that guy's taken off. Well, I can, because he's listening to the people. And that's what you have to do. So you can love Donald Trump or hate him, but at the end of the day, this rhetoric that we see for the con that it is, and it is a con, it is a grift, it is fraud, it's all of the above, but it plays right into the hands of the people. And then they can sit for years and talk about the Epstein files and how we can't wait to release those so we can drain the swamp and expose the deep state. And then he can get in and he can completely abandon that. And Jasmine Crockett calls that out in this next clip.
By keeping us out, knowing that we literally have to do this work is absolutely insane and doesn't make sense unless you want to cover for the pedophiles. And that's basically what we got right now. He does not want to swear in Adelita Grijalva. He does not want her to be the 218th signature on the discharge petition, so that then we can put the bill on the floor, Thomas Massey and Rokana's bill on the floor to release the Epstein files. That is what he is trying to avoid. Don't get it twisted. Don't listen to his daily briefings where he just sitting up there lying. This is all about protecting pedophiles. And I know one of them. I know one of them that's in there. We all know one of them.
You see, in my mind, no matter how you slice this one, as long as they keep the government closed down, they are protecting pedophiles, and we need to point that out every chance that we get. When they don't swear in Adelita Grijalva, they're pretty much telling on themselves. Because if they didn't have anything to hide and they weren't trying to protect anyone, they wouldn't care. If they were truly about exposing the deep state and draining the swamp, they sure as hell wouldn't care. They would give their base what their base has wanted from day one. You go all the way back to 2016 when this started, what they wanted to see more than anything was Donald Trump expose all the Democratic corruption. They wanted to see Bill and Hillary Clinton go down. They wanted to see the Biden crime family go down. That's what they've had a hard-on for the last 10 years. And after going to bat for it time and time again, and after triple Trump in every step of the way, they're now sitting back realizing that none of those things were ever going to happen. That the only hoax was Donald Trump. The only hoax was falling for this idea that he cared about them. He was always about putting Trump first, and we're learning that. And it's been a painful lesson for a whole lot of people to have to learn. We've seen people break from it. We've seen people walk away. There are some that are going to hang in there to the bitter end, and there's some who will never wake up. We got to realize that. We got to face it. There's some who will never wake up, and when we're all old and in nursing homes, there'll still be somebody sitting there playing checkers with us that will still look back on this time and believe in everything that Donald Trump ever said. If you go watch documentaries from Waco and Jonestown, there's people that survived that are still waiting on David Koresh to come back. There's people who still think that Jim Jones was some kind of savior. So there will always be people that will go to bat for Donald Trump. But all we can say is that it got so crazy in 2025, just his first year back, it got so crazy that it put Marjorie Taylor Greene and Jasmine Crockett pretty much saying the same thing. And again, I think we need to realize that Marjorie Taylor Greene helped pave the way for all of this. I don't think she ever gets a pass. I think we always have to go back and circle back to, okay, Susan Atkins, you might have woke up off the acid trip and not liked Charlie anymore, but you still did hack a bunch of people all to pieces. So I really do believe that she doesn't really get a full pass, but she sees the writing on the wall. And she sees the writing on the wall because she hears the base. And there are a lot of people waking up. When it's all over, I really predict that you'll see a lot of people who will defend it to the grave, and there'll be other people who will say they never had anything to do with it. I believe you're going to see a whole lot of that. It's going to be like that Vanilla Ice cassette that no one would ever admit they owned, which I did. It was a Christmas gift, but I did. I had the Ice Ice Baby, but that's beside the point. I might have had a shitty cassette tape gave to me when I was a kid, but I threw it in the trash. And so I didn't keep it. I'm not still playing it to this day. And so there will be people that will always be playing the MAGA hits till the day they die. And long after he's gone, they'll probably. I also could predict this. They'll be saying that they saw him in a Burger King somewhere. He's gonna be like Elvis. Trump will live forever to some people. They'll never let him go. So that's what we're up against. But yeah, you don't want to talk about bingo cards. I've been saying that a lot here lately. Boy, I didn't have that on my bingo card. Well, I didn't have Marjorie Taylor Greene walking away for sure. But I sure as hell didn't have her and Jasmine Crockett saying the same thing. If it gets any weirder than this, I mean, they say politics makes for strange bedfellows, but damn.